at the New Orleans Investment Conference talking metals with the Aden sisters. Pamela and Mary-Anne join me now on the sidelines of the show. Thanks for joining us, ladies. I'm really happy to have you on the show. So I know you gave a talk earlier, and I'm eager to get your thoughts on the current situation of gold and silver. As I was mentioning before, last year at this time, so many were bearish, and gold has really proven them wrong, up close to 30% this year, so one of the best performing assets out there. How do you see it? Pam, let's start with you.
Well, we see it as a turning point. We're calling this a turnaround year. Going from the 4-year bear market is turning into a bull market. So that's the turnaround year is just what we had. This was the first great rise, and now the correction is coming, and we think this is a great buying time, in fact.
So Mary-Anne, you are suggesting that this is a great time to add to your portfolio, add gold and silver?
Just recently, with gold coming down, we think this is providing, because the major bull market is still in force, so this is a good buying opportunity. Okay. And despite even the downward correction we've seen here recently, gold, silver, and the gold and silver shares have been the top performers of the year, and they're doing great, and we think there's a lot more to come.
So, do you suggest going into the mining stocks or physical bullion? What do you like?
Both. We like both. We think the mining stocks definitely, because they will, for example, this year they're up something like 90% compared to gold, say 20%, more or less. And those are still great numbers. Silver did better than gold, but those kind of leveraged positions and greater gains in gold shares and the silver are very typical in bull markets.
But there's much more volatility with the stocks, though, no, Pam?
Very much.
Right.
In fact, the stocks were so bombed out. Like a year ago, it was about the most extreme it's been ever. Ever has never been this extreme on the downside versus itself, versus gold, versus any of the asset classes. It was just a bombed out market. So this rebound rise was fantastic if you were buying a year ago. But we see this is just the beginning. Just the beginning of if you look at it on a bigger picture basis.
Right.
It is.
But if you're bullish gold, does that imply that you feel the Fed rate hike or supposed rate hike has already been priced in? If so, do you think it's the only one we might see in December?
It's an interesting thing there right now. People are starting to lose the Fed is starting to lose credibility because they've been telling us for how long? 2 years, and they only raised it last December a little bit. So they keep postponing because they can't. It's not easy for them to raise. So if they raise, say, a little bit, I don't think it's maybe that one moment it would be, but I think then, like you say, priced in the market, that sort of move I think would be.
So are you bearish the U.S. dollar if you're bullish gold?
Right now, the dollar's been moving up. That's put some of the downward pressure on gold. But yes, for the long term, the dollar's been dropping for 40-some years, and this upward rebound that we've seen is just that, a rebound, and we think the dollar will eventually resume its decline as gold goes up.
And gold's showing strength despite the strength of the U.S. dollar index, right?
Lately.
So how much of one's portfolio do you suggest allocating right now in gold and silver?
Well, we would have more in silver than gold because it has a better potential for more growth on the upside in the coming years. And we took physical is important, and also the ETFs are great for ease of buying. And we also like the gold shares, which will outperform both of them.
So how much of a percentage in a portfolio is it?
I know it's high compared to most people, but because they have been the top performers, we'd say 40 to 50% of your portfolio.
That is high.
I know it's high, but the other options, stocks and bonds are, they're okay, but they're not doing nearly as good as the gold sector.
And besides the metals, what else are you liking these days?
Well, we've been liking bonds, and actually we've been liking stock market too. But just we're extremely cautious on the stock market, although we're still invested in the stock market. So we like it. We've liked bonds for the last couple of years, and we're still in them. And we think right now, actually, they're not a bad buy.
And finally, your speakers here at this great conference, Mary-Anne, what's your main message to the attendees here?
Well, basically what we've just told you. We think this is a good buying opportunity, and we think it's a turnaround year. We think next year the metals and the shares will continue to do well and to be buying now. Well,
best of luck, continued success, and we'll see what 2017 has in store. And thank you for watching our coverage here from the New Orleans Investment Conference. We'll have much more for you today and tomorrow. Stay tuned to Kitco.com.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah.